Hello, my friends. It's quite early today, and I'm doing this video exclusively today from my farm. I have a few hours, so let's start it. Recently, I met a friend in the street, and he asked me one question: was the passport a requirement in the last DV lottery? I think I just answered him straight because for the last DV lottery, that was DV 2026, entries submitted in October. I think it was October to November 2024. There was no need for passport. Like they didn't require somebody to use a passport to apply for the DV lottery. So applicants only needed the usual information: their name, they needed their gender, birth date, and place of birth. And if applicable, they were required to have the spouse and children info. Only that was only if it was applicable. But if it was not applicable, it wasn't a must. And then what was a requirement by then, people needed to have a recent digital photo that met the US visa photo requirement. So that has been there. You needed a photo to apply and upload that photo. So the passport requirement was removed in 2022 after the US federal court struck it down. The reasons they were saying the State Department didn't follow the right process when introducing it. So that was not, they said it was not constitutional. So that's why it failed. So recently, in August 2025, the US Department of State proposed bringing it back. This time, they are requiring not just the passport number, but actual. They want an actual scan photo of the passport bio and signature page. They want both of them this time. It is something that they proposed, but it's still under discussion. So if finalized, it would affect DV 2027. Yeah, DV 2027, not DV 2026, which is starting this coming October. So DV 2026 last year, that was last year's lottery, there was no passport requirement. DV 2026, which is last year's lottery, no passport requirement. It wasn't required. But in DV 2027 and beyond, most likely passport scan requirement. I think it's under review, so it's not finalized yet, but it may require, so it's good to prepare. So those asking for this third question, I think I have answered that question now. You understand, because until recently, you did not need a passport to enter. In fact, in the last lottery, DV 2026, as I've said, which was held in October 2024, those who applied, they did so without the need for the passport. But in October 2025, the US government proposed a new rule, as I've said. If this rule, it will start as early as DV 2027. So I think it was supposed to start in last year, but it didn't. So this year they were much prepared that it might start this year, but that is something that is still under scrutiny. It has not passed, so you don't have to worry, but it's good to prepare. So what does the rule say? The rule says every applicant must upload a passport scan during application. Sometimes back, when this rule was effective, you only needed to enter your passport number. This time, they want you not to just type in your passport number. They want the actual upload, a JPEG scan of that photo page where your passport photo is and the signature page. And they're also adding saying the file must be clear and under 5 MB. Maybe sometimes we like to criticize, but we should also understand why this was proposed. I think the biggest thing was because of fraud. Yeah, where there is good things, there are all kinds of wrong reasons. So to stop agents from applying for multiple people using fake details, this was introduced. And now we understand why. And maybe to add on it, this was to weed out fake entrants and only make sure valid applicants enter. So for DV 2027, it means you should plan early, because you might need to have a valid passport before you apply. So you should start early. You might need, and I'm using the word might because that's something that is still proposal. You might need to scan it and upload it during the online entry. If you don't have a passport, most probably you will not be allowed to enter. So I'm using the word might because this is a proposal, but we have to be wise. It's better to prepare now than just waiting and be locked out. So my advice is start your passport renewal early. Don't wait until when you need it. Like right now, yours should be in the process because you're already in September and the DV lottery starts in October. So let's imagine the rule is confirmed. Here's how it would work. You go to the official DV lottery website, you enter your personal information, you upload your DV photo as usual, then the new step comes in. You upload your passport scan, that is the bio page and signature page, then review it and submit. That is it, you're done. But if your passport is expired or the scan is blurry or you upload the wrong file, you're automatically disqualified. So accuracy matters more than ever. In everything, we always have common mistakes that people might do sometimes knowingly or without knowing, but mostly it's knowing and not knowing. So let's talk about mistakes that could kill your application. Applying with an expired passport, that's one. Uploading only the photo page, but forgetting the signature page. It should be clear, both pages, not expired. It should be current. Don't make your scans too dark, that will disqualify you. And when cropping, do not cut off parts of that scan that are important. Do not let any agent hold your passport and apply for you. That one is a story for another day, because I know someone who did that and they lost a lot of money, and in the end it was too late for them. So I know someone is thinking, what if my passport is expiring soon? The children need passport. Now, if your passport maybe it will expire before or after December, the best thing is to renew that passport. Do it as early. But if that is the only thing that is preventing you, just do it. But the best thing is renew your passport. And this is the time, because in Kenya, I think it takes 2 weeks. To answer the second question, if children need passports, the only person who needs the passport when applying is the main applicant only. So all your children will not need that passport. That passport requirement will not apply to your children. But should you win, that's when they will need it. So you only need yours when applying. So what if I lose my passport after applying? That's a valid question. Okay, I'm just trying to read your mind. So one, you will need proof of loss so that you may be able to update it later. If you lose, report it to authority. Have that proof that you reported it. And then you can update it later. But be careful. These people are looking for people to deny visas. Guard it. So what happens post the application? Let's say you apply successfully. What's next? Results will come out in May 2027. If you're selected, you'll fill in the DS-260 form, and then you'll prepare your documents. That is birth certificate, education proof, police clearance, and so on. So you also need to go for a medical checkup and an interview at the US Embassy. Remember, your DS-260 must match your passport information word for word. That is exactly as it is. If you make a mistake at the entry, it will follow you to the interview. So, as I said, accuracy is key here. So, maybe before I go for my usual job, because this is my side hustle, let me give you a few things that you need to know before I leave. Now, in DV 2027, as we have gone through, start your passport application early if you don't have that is. 2, scan and test the file. Make sure it's clear. 3, keep your own email, then keep your confirmation number safe. Then apply once and only once. Never trust agents, not even with your passport. So the DV lottery is one of the biggest opportunities, if you can see from what we have seen. And for people from our region, it's a great opportunity, but small mistakes can ruin your chances. If you followed my guide, maybe it will improve your chances. Be as accurate as possible. So let's prepare early, let's apply carefully, and who knows? Maybe one of you will be boarding a plane to the US in 2027. Thank you very much. God bless you all. If you have any questions, write down below. I will answer, or I will ask people who know these things in details. Like my friend Mushero in Texas. He'll be here to help us if you need him. He's an immigration lawyer based in Houston, Texas. So if you have any question, just ask. And if possible, we'll bring him live soon here. Thank you. See you in the next one.